Hey, this is Ben Bresner of Two Bridges Digital Marketing. I'm really excited to be here with Adam Mack of Adam Mack Wood Art. This is our first episode of Scotial Media, where we highlight the digital marketing efforts of local small businesses and small business owners. Come on in and join us.
Hey, I'm Adam Mack. I'm a wood sculptor based out of Simpsons Corners, Nova Scotia, and I make wood sculptures based on nature's beauty. You can find me at Adam Mack Wood Art on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hey, everybody. My name's Ben from Two Bridges Digital Marketing. I'm here with Adam Mack from Adam Mack Wood Art. And we're going to talk about how Adam created his incredible digital empire over there. So, Adam, what's your background and how did you come to start your business?
My background's originally in plant science, actually. And although I worked that field for many years, I eventually, during the pandemic, didn't have anything to do like most people. And I was generously gifted a bunch of exotic wood. And I wanted, to use that. I didn't want it to go to waste. So I had a little carving tool and went into my shop and I started playing around and eventually I carved a mushroom. And that was kind of the inception of the whole thing. And where my business is at now has just been a constant evolution of that first mushroom.
Very cool. Very cool. And so, how long have you been up and running?
I've been a functional business full time for 2 years, part time for 2 years before that. So I'm about to hit my 5 year mark, but I've been 2 years full time and I'm still chugging.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
I mean, some of the stuff that is in here in your studio is really gorgeous.
thank you.
We're focusing on digital platforms here
Mhm.
and how small businesses can improve their digital marketing. So, what platform or tools have been the most impactful for your business and why?
Well, social media primarily has been not only a help for building my business, but building my community, which a lot of business owners maybe ignore that. That they directly think about drawing in customers versus building a community, and a community wants to support that business. So I've worked on kind of trying to simultaneously build both. And social media is great because I can still advertise the art that I'm creating, things for sale, but I can also show people the behind the scenes and the process and draw them in a kind of a friendly manner that allows them you know, to support me without actually purchasing anything. So they become part of the community.
Yeah.
And future down the road, they may become a customer. But for now, they're part of they're now following me. They're in that. And this could be originally with Instagram. It started with photos. Now has moved into reels, so
Yeah.
into short form video content, and that's similar to TikTok, Facebook. They've all switched onto that same method. So over the years, I've had to evolve how I did social media, but it's all been essentially the same idea of trying to. It's all about building community across these platforms, worldwide too, right? Not
Yeah.
just locally, but to bring people in and show them what makes your business special.
Yeah, I think that show them what makes your business special. I think
Yeah.
that's really something that a lot of folks uh, in our area in Nova Scotia can definitely think about.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot of folks will do things to kind of get attention,
Yeah.
but they're not necessarily focused on like what makes their business stand out.
So you think about things in short video form, that we're typically seeing businesses do are the kind of dances, the like kind of fad of the moment, which, hey, if that works for your business, then that's fine. But what the thing is you're getting a lot of views, you're getting people to see that, but it's not necessarily like, what is that? How's that tied into your business?
Are they the right views?
Yeah. And what is it? What are you telling about your business? Are you just trying to do something fun so that people see? Because the chances of them actually following you because of that video is very small, right? Versus if you come up with your own original content that, like, you know what you do and you know what's interesting about what you do because you love doing it. For some reason, you do it now.
Yeah.
So show people that love.
Yeah.
It's like me. I show people what I love about what I do, about what I think is interesting about what I do. and I try to keep that concise.
Yeah.
You know, it's not long-winded thing. I'm trying to just show the very best parts. And I think that is what you need to do in today's society with attention span, is that you need to kind of distill your business down to its most essential form and then put that out there. That's how you get growth.
Over
right?
and over and
over
over
and over in different ways. So
Yeah.
following fads is fun, and it does show a lightheartedness
Mhm.
to your business. It can be a way for you to kind of show that nothing's always serious. But if you want to look at real growth and real customer bases, the best way for you to do it is to share your own business and not necessarily just tag on to whatever fad is the moment.
The word that comes to mind is authenticity.
Yeah, that's
right? 'Cause
exactly it.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of fake out there
Yes.
online.
Yeah,
I think,
it's very easy to fall into that trap of like, oh, somebody else did it, so it'll work for me.
yeah.
And again, some people have done very well with that, but I don't think it's a very authentic or genuine way to build your business. Versus like the way I'm doing it with, like, say, showing behind the scenes and how my process is, people become very deeply invested in what I'm doing. I'm sharing knowledge, but I'm also sharing like what I'm doing at the time and like what my daily life is like.
Yeah.
That connection is what is key, I think.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
Because these people support me as if they're my friends, you know, which they do become your friends, you know,
Yeah.
but they're also your clients, your customers,
Yeah.
you know, so it has a twofold effect.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And I think that's been a really smart and a really forward thinking, like, noticing that you've
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
And I think it's paid off really
Well, you have to, because social media is very difficult. A lot of people don't want to do it. Shouldn't say it's difficult. It's work. It's labor intensive sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's really not difficult in term once you find your kind of your groove, but it is labor intensive, and so people don't want to do it. But
Okay.
it's just like any other maintenance of your life, of brushing your teeth or combing your hair. It's just like, if you make it part of your routine, then it doesn't hurt so much. It's not so
Yeah.
painful.
That's
right?
a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I
but
like
you have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a business on the planet that wouldn't benefit from social media.
Yeah, I agree. You know, there's
Yeah.
so many people who are out there on social media.
Yeah.
And if you're not out there, if you're not using digital tools to your advantage, then you're missing out on
Yeah.
that.
I mean, if you think about it as, like you said, it's a tool. And as a business, you have to use every tool at your advantage for survival.
Yeah.
You know, to thrive. And so if you have a perfectly good tool that is literally free marketing,
Yeah.
there's zero cost to you except for labor, you know, you'd be silly not to use it.
Yeah.
At least try it,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
You know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So let's see. Going through my questions, it seems like you've answered quite a few of them. So here's a question. Speaking of doing it on the regular, what would you say is the percentage of time per month that you invest in your marketing strategies? That includes social media, pay-per-click ads, events, although events are kind of, you know, for you selling at markets, you know, is part of your, it's not just a marketing
Yeah.
thing, but, you know, local print and environmental ads. So considering the entire range of your marketing practices, what
Mhm.
would you say is like the percentage of time that you put into that?
Well, it's very small. You would think with how much I post that I put a huge amount of time, but if I'm to break it down, I maybe spend an hour a day, less than that, on marketing. And the reason being is that it's like I have a kind of an organic marketing in terms of like, I'm kind of showing what I'm doing that day.
Yeah.
It's not pre-planned out for months in advance. So I have found a way to do it where it's not time consuming. It's not taking away my energy. It's just become part of my routine, like I mentioned. So it doesn't feel like I'm putting aside time.
Yeah.
You know, 1 hour or, you know, half hour I spend in a day could be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes again later. So it's broken up throughout the day.
Okay.
So I don't sit down necessarily and do 1 hour marketing, because social media is my primary marketing, other than craft fairs, craft markets, which is, you know, obviously a type of marketing, but it's more of a sales event.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, most of my marketing content is put into social media because it is giving me back the most.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where I focus. When it comes to like print ads and other forms of traditional marketing, the numbers are going down. There's not as much guarantee like there used to be,
Yeah.
right? For readership and things like that versus social media. I'm using just my own videos as marketing, but if I feel like going the extra step, there is Facebook ads and those kind of like boosts and
Yeah.
boosting your posts and things like
Yeah.
that. So there's marketing potential within there that I can kind of take my already good organic content where thousands of people are seeing it, and I can boost that instead of taking energy to make a print ad that is starting from scratch. I don't know who's gonna. So it's kind of like I've putting all my eggs in one basket, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty good basket to put all your eggs in.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
and just to think about like how that could transfer for other businesses is thinking
Yeah.
about like the way that you kind of show that behind the scenes of how you make some of your beautiful art.
Yeah.
Imagine, if there's a restaurant, you could just say, here's somebody in the kitchen,
Yeah.
making the soup of the day today,
Yeah.
and you just show kind of close-ups of chopping
100%. For
peppers
service
or whatever.
industry and production style businesses, I feel like short form video content is made for them
Yeah,
because there's so many steps that you can really cut it down to very small, interesting clips
yeah,
that really keep the viewer's attention and tell the story of your business. I mean, that's what you're doing with film, any film. You're telling a story. It's just here you're telling a 15 to 20-second story, just very quick clips, like 1 or 2 second clips. But you can really kind of like a restaurant, for example, you could show the kind of life cycle of food and how it goes from being, you could have a clip of it being unloaded from a truck, and then you have a clip of it being put away into the restaurant. You have a clip of things being chopped up, things being cooked, being taken out to a table.
a server
Yeah.
folding napkins and putting it on the plate.
Exactly.
Kind of like,
And what did you just do there? You added value to your business because now the customer understands, oh, wow, that's a lot that goes into that plate that's on my
that's
table.
a really good point.
And that's free.
Yeah.
That's very easy. It's
You were
something
doing
that-
those things already.
Yeah, you were doing that already. It's just a matter of clicking record because the moments are so small and fractionary that you don't need to worry about advanced lighting. You don't need to worry about it's just 1 or 2 second clip
Yeah.
of movement of something happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could be even for a production style business. It's the same idea, the life cycle of their business, right? And I mean, if you're in any kind of service industry, again, you can kind of show the behind the scenes because the service industry is one that like kitchen or something like that, where a lot of it happens
There is
behind the scenes.
yeah.
They kind of don't want to show behind the curtain, and I think that sometimes is a barrier for businesses where they don't necessarily want to show, or they don't think they're good enough, or maybe it's not clean enough, it's not this enough. They're making excuses when it's like, just put it out there. And because that's the thing about social media, it's here today, it's gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
People are gonna forget
Yeah,
it.
that could be frustrating if you're putting a mountain of work into something because it's gone tomorrow. But if it's just quick and you make it part of your daily routine and you get that out there and you keep trying, then when you do see a bit of success, oh, okay, that's working. I'll keep doing it that way.
Yeah.
And I keep refining it until I get the perfect video, and then I just keep releasing different versions of that same thing.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of found what works for me and my audience, and that's how I build.
Yeah.
So I think it's like sometimes people create their own excuses to why they, instead of just press record
Right.
and try it.
Right.
Yeah. It's really more intimidating than it is difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, and I totally understand that. And I think I relate to that a lot too, right? Like, as somebody who's just starting the social media channels for Two Bridges Digital Marketing.
Yeah.
I realized I was sliding off camera a little bit here. I started off making videos that felt to me very, professional and polished with that vibe.
Yeah.
The way I see, marketing companies advertise. I'm realizing that the content that does better is more authentic, more real life kind of stuff. And so, I'm going to be moving more towards that myself.
I think it's the way of the world right now with the rise of AI.
Yeah.
The rise of misinformation in terms of like you can never know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
In like you see AI videos now that look so real.
Oh my goodness.
But then there is this kind of thing where your brain, like we're being blasted with this kind of like regurgitated AI stuff. And so I feel like as the world moves forward, authenticity is going to become more important for businesses, because no longer are we're going to be so overwhelmed with AI slop.
Yeah.
Businesses using it as advertising, and because AI learns from itself, it'd be very repetitive.
Yeah.
We're already seeing that.
Yeah.
And so I think people will tend to crave the authenticity. And so I think that the next evolution of short form video is going to be moving more towards that process, or that behind the curtain, versus the fun dances, which is kind of like where it all began.
Yeah.
Was that kind of Vines, which was the predecessor to TikTok. Yeah. And so, so Vines was kind of where it all started, right?
Yeah.
And it was more of a skit format.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing it evolve.
Yeah.
And so I think that's key too, is that like, if you try to master something from the past, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you need to always be looking forward, which means that like, don't cement yourself in trying to copy someone else. Just do your own thing and respond to the numbers.
Yeah.
Look at your insights. Respond to the numbers.
Data driven.
It will, that's the most beautiful thing for marketing. Data is Instagram and Facebook, because they give you so much information, you don't even know what to do with half of it.
Oh my gosh!
It's just numbers.
I'm just reminded of your plant scientist background.
Yeah.
Right. Like the data.
Statistics and I mean it's true. And like if I look at a video, and they tell you when people stop watching on average.
Yeah.
So I can look at that mark and be like, here's where I need to improve.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they're giving everything to you.
Yeah.
Now you can go pay a marketing company to do surveys, and
you might want to do that.
Yeah, right. And you can pay marketing companies to do this, for the real world and your local base.
Oh yeah.
Right. But when it comes to social media, like a post, you can't beat that. Kind of, if you want to learn how to put yourself out there on social media, that's the best way.
Yeah, like if you're flyering, for example, it's hard to know like how many people came into my store because of the flyer.
Yeah.
Right? Or
that's
like
right.
What part of the flyer, so maybe not a lot of people came into the store for the flyer.
Exactly.
What part of the flyer was not working for them?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and I think that's there. Again, there's advantages and disadvantages. Social media, you don't control who's seeing your work where.
Yeah.
So if you want to, for example, know a specific about a specific demographic in a specific geographical location, for sure, traditional is the way to go.
Yeah.
But if you want to know, like, kind of on a global scale, and kind of get a better idea, like what's interesting about your products or about your services, I think that's a kind of a great way. I found audiences in Brazil, Chile, Iran, like you name it. There's places Japan, like where I never ever thought I would have, people see my work.
Yeah.
Let alone thousands of followers that enjoy it. Which I would have never thought somebody in Brazil would care about what I do. Right. But it's just like, I didn't know that there was a connection. So, if you are a business that is, product wise, that could potentially ship to other countries, I mean, there's another thing. You don't know, your product might hit in another country.
Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
And what a way to get it out there without having to pay.
Yeah. You don't need to do
right.
that.
There's no investing in brick and mortar locations or having to make deals with companies
to grow and build a franchise that slowly works its way down to Brazil.
Yeah. Right. You can really it's guerrilla marketing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So it's good. It has its advantages and its disadvantages. Right.
No, I think that's really, really insightful. I appreciate that. I think maybe last question for us. And I feel like you've kind of answered this already. Well, okay, I'm not going to ask that one. So, other than what you've shared so far, which I think I'm going to distill as be authentic.
Yeah.
Make it an everyday practice.
Yeah.
And use data to analyze your results.
Yeah.
Those seem like kind of the three big takeaways so far. My last question is, other than what you've shared so far, what's your biggest tip for other small business owners in Nova Scotia?
Don't be afraid to fail.
Don't be afraid to fail.
That is we live in a society that is very momentary.
Yeah.
Things come and go very quickly.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of putting something out there and people don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
So use that to your advantage. Don't let the fear keep you from trying.
Yeah.
And don't let the frustration of social media, get at you and make you shut down and turn away from it.
Yeah. It can be frustrating.
Right? It can be very frustrating.
Everybody's got to admit that.
But it's baby steps.
Yes.
And it's one step, that the journey of 10,000 steps, right?
Yeah.
Begins with one. You got to post, right? So if I was to have my number one advice for local businesses is get online. Make it part of your strategy. Don't ignore it. It's not going away.
Okay.
And if anything, it's going to make you more successful. It's not going to take anything from you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose anything from putting an effort into social media.
Yeah.
Right? So you think about the amount of time the average person spends looking at Facebook or Instagram, viewing other people's content. Take that amount of time, which, by the way, the app will tell you how much time you spend on that. So there's no excuse.
Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly, right? So take that hour, whatever you spend a day, looking at other people's content, make your own.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's just that simple.
Yeah. And I as kind of a poet myself, I kind of see, a lot of times I think about, in the world, there are people, there are the makers and there are fans, and I think we can all be both.
Yes.
I
think creativity is universal.
Yeah.
And anybody that doesn't think they're creative just hasn't paid attention enough.
Exactly.
So I think we all have that potential to, especially when it comes to our business. Mm-hmm. Why are you in business? Why do you have this business?
Yeah.
Because you obviously love what you do.
Yeah.
Just tell the world what you love.
Yeah.
It's really that, authenticity is really that easy.
Yeah.
Just share what you love and show people, this is why I love what I do. This is why I wake up in the morning and I, beat myself every day, day in, day out to run this business. And it's hard and it's frustrating, but I absolutely would not do anything else.
Well, that's awesome. I really love that that point, and I relate to it a lot, and I think that kind of gives us a really nice segue into kind of a wrap up, because the reason I do what I do and love it is because I get to talk to small business owners like you.
Yeah.
Right? I get to get out in the community, meet new people, and just chat and learn about people. And what else is there really, right?
Yeah, it's building community.
Yeah.
Again, that's what it all comes back to. Your business will always survive if it's surrounded by a community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We do better in community, and community insulates us in a lot of ways.
That's right. Yeah. Through tough times.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, it's been really great chatting with you, Adam.
Thank you.
We'll handshake for the camera. So this has been our first episode of Scotial Media, where we talk to small business owners in Nova Scotia about their digital marketing success. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again to Adam Mack of Adam Mack Wood Art. Really appreciate your insights. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and follow for more tips on how to improve the digital marketing for your small business. Two Bridges Digital Marketing. Spend more time doing what you love.